All right, hey again out there. We're on part 131, and I've been gone for a couple of days, but for what it's worth, I've had some stuff I've had to do. Also, I'm getting a job interview here tomorrow, so don't expect anything tomorrow, and things might actually get even spottier than normal. Um, but yeah, let's just get started. In the creative world, I've been building like the Parthenon, or trying to figure out how to build it or what I want to do to build it. Um, we're going to be basically using four main blocks, being quartz bricks, stone bricks, deep slate bricks, and end stone bricks. And so like it'll be like resting on a platform of end stone bricks, which ought to be pretty cool. I don't know how crunchy this is going to sound too, but I've turned down the bit rate on my microphone a good bit. So I'm hoping that helps out a lot, and by the looks of it, it actually is. My PC is definitely lagging though. That is actually not normal. Did I forget to change like a video setting again? That is bizarre. It's still 12 and 12. Nothing's too different. And you can't even see anything out here. Huh, yeah, I wonder what ended up changing, but I guess just maybe needs a little bit more time to warm up or something. I don't know, that's kind of weird. Gonna have to turn down any settings. No real frame drops or slow frames like last time, so hey, that's pretty cool. But yeah, today we're just going to be placing in the rest of the dirt up on the top here, and then I need to measure out a couple of things up there. Namely, I need to know how big the platform is that I want to make it, and I need to make sure I have the height of it correct as well on how high I can actually build before I like die, or because I'll run out of space at some point. So we're gonna try and not run out of space. But we gotta measure this stuff. Like, whoa, incredible. But yeah, it should be another easy day of just putting in a bunch of dirt. Hopefully, a lot of the mic stuff should be rebalanced better, so the gameplay audio isn't just like out, like performing me in terms of just being loud as shit. So I'm hoping that'll be the case. If not, actually, what we can even do is dip into here and turn blocks down a good bit. Here we go. That should definitely help it. But yeah, in case you don't know, I live in a trailer now because I couldn't get housing for college this semester. So I'm taking a cap semester, and I live in a trailer before that. So things are gonna sound a little different with me if they haven't already from last time. No big deal. It's normal because I'm right under an air conditioning unit, so that's why it's gonna sound worse. But not really like it's that big of a deal. Um, we filled in all of that stuff last time, so now we have like this whole section I would like to fill in today. Considering I've actually got like a lot of time to stream today, I want to try and make the most out of it because I don't get this much time anymore as I used to. Yeah, streaming takes up too much bandwidth, so I don't want to be affecting like anybody else using the internet. As you know. Yeah, I forgot to even mention we're on day 1414, so that's pretty cool. Can't go too wrong there. Tried to fucking shuffle these, didn't I? Yep, I did. Well, I think that didn't get weird, but oh well. But yeah, I've been kind of working on a couple of things behind the scenes in creative. I'll probably show off in a little bit, or not in a little bit. It'll be quite a bit later, once I actually get the dimensions of that platform laid out. But basically, I'm just going off of a reference picture of like a supposedly completed Parthenon, just like a 3D rendering of it or whatever. And then, we put in our pillars at like even distances apart. Might make them bigger depending on what I need. And then there's like the pillars on the outside, and then right behind the pillars is like an actual solid wall. that like separates the inside from the outside. And then once we get that going, um, that like remaining footprint is what I'll be able to use to build the villager like trading like pretty much district to that point, because I've also been doing quite a bit of work to make it work. Um, but I've actually kind of like somewhat cobbled together my own thing. It's not completely my own thing. A lot of it did come from like a Logical Geek Boy video. However, his was not like one wide tileable. Mine is, and it's going off of a different YouTube video that I have bookmarked that I'll have to post when I start building that. 'Cause it's kind of a weird hybrid of both of them, but it's still like pretty cheap for each module. It's a lot more condensed. So normally you would have to separate villagers out by like every other block, but with the one that I managed to cobble together, it uses like the actual like good redstone of like Logical Geek Boys, but like is also like one wide for like each module and tileable. And the zombie can affect two lanes. So like if we have like a lane here and a lane here, the zombie's in the middle and it can hit anything over here, and it can see anything from way down the lane and all that. So it's very good and compact for what it is. And I was messing around with it yesterday too, trying to see if I could get it to stack, and I can get it to stack up to it takes like 10 blocks of height to like make like one full like module. So for every 10 blocks we can put in like a whole thing, and then it can go down the entire length of the Parthenon. So if the Parthenon's really long, it'll like really be good for me, because can't exactly go wrong with it. Because we'd rather have it be very long than very tall, because I can build it tall if I need to, but it's just a bigger pain in my ass if I do. But it is still an extra option. So with that being said, just like a 16 block long like trading hall will fit 32 villagers, and I can fit like 2 of those per floor like comfortably, even with like the smaller one that I've made in creative. So I could easily fit in like an entire like 64 villagers per floor. And if we're going up to I think it was 50, right? Because we're at 267 and our top is 320. We've only got 50 blocks of height to work with here, which means technically, because also 4 layers of it are going to be built underground for like the very first floor, but not for the subsequent ones. So think of it as going from -4 to like +46 instead of going from 0 to 50 in that kind of sense. And with that being said, that means I'll actually have enough space to build 5 of these fucking things all stacked on top of each other. And if and it won't even be like 64 per floor. It could be like even more. But even if it was just 64 per floor, that's still like what 64 times 5 is like what 320. So 320 unique villagers. That is more than enough for every single enchanted book in the game. I can get any of the weird niche things that I could ever need. And then not to mention they all have like zombie stations in them. So all I would need to do to get like 320 villagers like that is I would just need 10 zombies. Even then, all I'll need is just 10 zombies. It doesn't matter how long it gets, just as long as they can actually like see each other. Now, if it ends up getting too long, I can put like a small like partition wall and then like have 1 zombie on each side. So there might be like 2 zombies per like thing, depending on how big it gets, but it really should not even get close to it. It might get that big, but I don't know. We'll see. But we need all this dirt filled in today so I can take some measurements of, how big the end stone platform is going to be, because it's not going to be baked directly into the dirt. It's going to be on an end stone platform raised off of the ground a little bit, which is also why we've got these extra couple of blocks of like leeway, because we also have to account for that. So while we're sitting at 267 right now, it's more going to be like 269, 270 is where we actually start. So it's important to keep that in mind, because you don't want to like, if I undershoot it, we're going to have problems, because I guess if I overshoot it where I end up building it too big, then we're going to have issues, because the roof is not going to look too good if it's too like slanted or not slanted, I guess. But that's something we'll figure out in due time. But yeah, 267 to I want to say it was 319 technically is a build limit. It's weird, but we should be good. Have quite a lot of space to work with. Yeah, I got a car over the past couple of days, so that's pretty neat. And then I've got that job interview on well, tomorrow actually, so that'll be pretty cool. So I'll also be working a part time or maybe even full time. I don't think it'll be full time right out the gate, considering I still have like college I need to go to, and he knows that. Like I still have college in like a couple of months, so but it'll be pretty good, you know. Nice bit of extra money, can start actually saving some stuff and get a nice thing for myself every once in a while. But it'll be pretty good. We'll have to go out and mine a bunch more dirt again too, because you know I'm already running out. Which is fair, 'cause I didn't even use it all up from last time. But the cool thing about the new way we're gonna be putting in that zombies, we don't actually have to use minecart rails or minecarts anymore, and it makes things a lot easier because of that. But yeah, it'll be pretty good. I might see if I can give the zombie like a sword or something. I'll see if I can give it like a diamond sword or some shit like that. Because I want to enchant it, because I don't want it to risk killing me, because I don't need it to be like super strong. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a sword to see if it can actually like. Well, it does kill villagers like a lot quicker and zombifies them too when it's like that, so that'll be pretty cool. But I will say the trading hall that I've kind of settled on is, again, because also part of it is kind of mine, because it's a weird like mishmash of both of theirs, and then like it's a I don't know, it's just a mishmash of like two separate videos, and then kind of like reworked slightly to like make it work with too long or whatever. It's weird, but it's pretty cool. But I don't think there will be any issues with it. I've tested it out a good bit before, and I know it's just janky in terms of sometimes the villagers don't go like straight back up when you flick the lever to like push them back. So what I'll have to do is make the block they're standing on out of glass, because that way they won't suffocate to death when they inevitably do click into it. Is, you know. And then I'm also having to I also have to work more on it too. But I'm working on also making space for like the actual like pipeline stuff to actually get them into place. That's been another thing too. But it'll be pretty good, you know, once it's all done. It'll be massive, it'll be right up here, so it's actually pretty close to my base. And then it'll actually look good too. Well, I can't exactly confirm how good it'll look too, because I've only been focusing on the actual like trading hall part of it, not exactly anything aesthetically. I've actually been focusing a little bit on aesthetics, just not like not completely. So like a lot of the actual individual floors are completely up in the air, but I kind of want it to be like open from both sides, so like you could walk in and like walk out without having to open a door or nothing. And because the entrances will be like massive, you could technically like fly an elytra through it, which ought to be pretty cool. But I want it to kind of be embedded in like a mountain, because we're gonna be making those like jagged peaks up here at some point. So I want it to be actually like embedded in the mountain up here when that's time. So it won't just be like sticking out as like a building. It'll look pretty good when it's done. But yeah, we're almost out of dirt, and we've got that much left, so that's actually not even too bad, believe it or not. Alrighty, so we got a nice big chunk of it done. However, we still got a lot more to do, unfortunately. We are getting closer. But yeah, it's only been 15 minutes, surprisingly. Yeah, that's cool. Not really a whole lot to say, I'm just putting in dirt again, but glad this is almost done because this is one of the last, like, well, not one of the last. This is actually one of the big parts was getting all this grass in place, and then not to mention we still have to actually like, you know, build the rest of the mountain range behind it at some point too. That's another thing that takes time. I don't got as much of it anymore. All right, so don't even get me out all the way, but it's good enough. And we're out of dirt and grass now, so we need to actually go back and go get some more. Yeah, this thing ends up being so long you can't even like see it all the way to an end. But we've got quite a lot of space because we're gonna be building all the way, and we can make it overhang off of like the edges a little bit too if it means like so like instead of it ending on this like set of blocks, it could end on this one, and then we can make like a small like overhang to like also like further support it. And same thing with that side too. At some point, we can make overhang so we don't have to worry about it exactly fitting into what we've already established, but we do need it to be somewhat close. Not too close to cut myself off for making something really big, but I mean, God, that should be more than 30 blocks. Oh, I was building a 30 by 30. Was what I was basing it off of. I was gonna just peek back in here, but I decided nah, 'cause I actually wanted to like still stream everything. So, oh wow, I get over to here really quick from there. That's crazy. Makes sense, but damn, got how quick that was. Well, it's time to get a hold of some more grass. We need to pick out some spots to dig out. Because remember, I'm still like, using this land to grow that carrot field, so it does kind of need to be done in a specific way. Speaking of carrots, we actually are kind of like a good way done with this, so I don't think it'll be too long before I can actually like really like sit down and plant a bunch of carrots again. And I've also been thinking about it too, because I do want to stream more, but like it's weird because I do like still live with my mother. I'm only 19 for God's sake, and I'm just getting my first job, and I live in Florida, South Florida or Southwest Florida to be exact. So like, housing prices, the cheapest thing I can find anywhere close to me is like $1,500 a month, without it just being like a really bad neighborhood or nothing. Like it's expensive for like no reason other than just to be expensive, just to be a total jackass. So that kind of stinks. So because of that, I don't get as much freedom as I used to when I was in college. But once I save up a good bit of money here, I'm probably gonna consider moving states just because it's too expensive. Can't keep living here forever. It's just too much. But that ought to be fine. Don't worry about that for a while. Alright, Splatoon 3. Finally around the corner, less than a month away after all this time. And they've got a test fire coming out here in the next couple of weeks. I will not be streaming that, but when the actual game does come out, I'll probably will be streaming that for what it's worth. But I've decided that I want to get really good at the kind of side thing that they have in the game, which is like basically just like a shitty, well not shitty, but it's a card game. And why not? I just think it'd be funny because I'm not I'm not too good like competitively, mainly because the weapon I play is complete dog shit. But I think it would be funny to get really good in that game at something. So that's kind of what I've settled on. I think it'd be funny. But hey, welcome, Kyrex. How you doing? It's been a while. I'm finally able to sit down and stream today. I got the house to myself for a good couple of hours until like 7 p.m. or something. So that's nice. And I'm here mining more dirt because I'm out of dirt again, unfortunately. But I'll get back. I'm out of space. There we go. Oh shoot, yeah, sorry. Give me a minute. Oh shoot, yeah, that is particularly loud. Damn. Huh. Well, thanks for letting me know about that. I had no idea it was that bad. Uh, Maybe just a little bit more, but otherwise it should be kind of fine. Oh, I think I know why it was doing that. Shoot, because to actually be able to hear anything, I actually had to turn my like my computer up like quite a bit louder, and I have a feeling that might have been messing with it. I used to always stream with like my like PC audio at like 30 or whatever. But now it's got to be at like 50, so I can actually hear stuff because I'm like right underneath an air conditioner. So, but and I have a feeling that might have messed with it a little bit. So after all that time I spent trying to make sure it was actually right, but oh well. I need to put aside some more inventory space. I don't like have pretty much anything set aside for dirt. Got a bad habit of it. Let's see what else we got. Scaffold and cobblestone. At least I got the cobblestone if I need to smelt it into shoot, what's it called? Stone, so I can actually make like stone bricks and all that. So at least I got that on me. We'll just cram all this away for now. Can't be too important. Yeah, we'll just keep mining out all this dirt and grass, and I should be able to head back once I've got like 2 shulker boxes of it. So that ought to be cool. Shouldn't take too long, or too much longer, I guess, because I've gotten a nice chunk. I'll have to double check the music too every now and then to make sure it's not like too quiet either. That's another issue in its own right. I don't want there to just be like nothing, but I think it's fine now. It should be okay. Probably. It's fine now when it's like a calmer song, but then when it's not, then it can be a little bit different. But who knows? I don't want to turn my mic up even louder than this because it's already pretty loud as is. So turn this one into a valley of some kind. Alright, let's go run this back and go pick this stuff up, and then go get more. Although I might have to actually go somewhere else for once to go get more dirt, because I'm kind of actually finally exhausting this place out of most of it. I know there's still a lot here, but that's not the point of this island. Is you know, it's not for the dirt. It's for like getting the dirt, but like in a cooler way, or like in a way so I can actually like use it for farming like soon. Although it looks like we still have a lot here we can do, but now I'm gonna go somewhere else. I'll leave this place be. But we still have more to do on it at some point. And these are that islands I destroyed for their like andesite and dirt like way early on. Not early on, but it's been a while. I finally fixed the issue yesterday with getting like no frames, although it seems to be coming back because I'm loading new stuff. But I've got significantly like fewer slow frames compared to yesterday, so that's very nice. I was up in like 70,000 or some shit last time, so I don't even know how I pulled that one off, but I did, so that's cool. That's something you really want to do, but now we got a massive wall of dirt. Yeah, I'm hoping today I get all of the I'll get all that dirt and grass put into place, and then once that's all, ooh, this is a cool cave. There's even a mine shaft down there. But even once I get all the dirt and grass put into place up there, we're gonna take a measurement of like how big the shit, what is it called? The Parthenon is gonna be on top of that endstone platform. It's also gonna shrink down a little bit too. Technically, it'll be kind of weird, but it'll be pretty cool. Can't go too wrong with it. But I mainly need to know what I'm working with in terms of size, so that way I can actually start. Because I'm gonna pretty much be building like a kind of scale, not scale. I'm gonna be building like a full like replica of it in creative, like kind of while I'm passing time, waiting for like days to stream and all that. So that way I make sure that like it all works out logistically and like I don't have nothing to worry about with it. But once it's fully done, because I want all the modules in first, and I'm setting it up in a way to where like the whole and like the entire like 400 plus, probably like maybe even 500 if I get like really big with it. But the 500 plus like cells that the villagers are going to be in, they should all be constructed first, and then they have like actual infrastructure in the sides of them that lets you move in villagers to like any level that you need. So that way, in case one of them dies or whatever on like the third floor, you can drop them in from the fifth. They go down to the third, and then they go to their appropriate cell on the third floor. And that's really all you gotta do. But it's actually like a lot more professional. Like this is probably like gonna be technically, it's not really a farm, but I'm counting it as a farm because of how damn big it is. But this will be like one of the first like proper like big like redesigns I think I've done in this world. Because I've been talking about it before. I want to redesign things like the Wither Skeleton farm and the Gold farm and every other farm you can think of that produces something that I want. I want to redesign it to where it like pumps out like way more than like normal, like an actual like really efficient version of it. So when that inevitably happens, then that'll be cool. But this is kind of like the first step to that because the trading all I have is good and all, but it's bulky, it looks ugly, and it's honestly with it just being bulky and like in a hole in the ground, it just doesn't look good. So this is going to be like the first time I actually like really go out of my way to make it look good. It'll be nice. Be a nice change of pace for once. Actually building a building instead of like tearing out a bunch of shit or building like a sphere that's vaguely going to be something in the future, but just isn't for right now. So it'll be good to have that stuff, kind of have that spark back. Actually to build something with like immediate purpose and not just something that'll be cool like 100 weeks from now or whatever. And especially that island too. I hated building that, but it's almost done, so I really do need to just sit down and do that. But damn it, I hate it. But one day. as in today, I think I want to try and get the I don't know. I feel like I should try and get some of the castle stuff done today. Like at least like use some terracotta to like map out where the pillars are gonna go and all that, or something. But it's gotta be something, you know. I can't just keep keeping it blank. I want something up there now, so that way I can say the island's like actually done, and then I can start like decorating it, and like you know that'll hopefully like get me to do something a little bit better than just building these massive buildings or relatively large buildings. They're not even that big, but they're big enough, you know. But yep, still dedicated to not using chunk base, not really doing any kind of exploit in terms of like things like TNT duping or whatever. So I'm still sticking to my guns with that. Although it still is kind of difficult sometimes, but honestly I haven't had that issue in a while. I pretty much built everything I could and I found everything that I needed to. If I want to go find like a new ancient city again, then I can just go look for one. But the place where we have the catalyst farm and the mob switch might actually have an ancient city, and then I just have to actually go and check that out to make sure. But as far as I tell, there might be a chance that it has a ancient city in that area. It's under a mountain, so dang, that's crazy. Oh, we're at inventory. For the part where it's not, but that's fine. Alright, we actually finally have like an entire box done, so we've nearly got two. So we're actually almost out of here for today. Then we can go place in that dirt, and then probably have to come back to get more, because I don't know if this will be enough. I'm hoping it is, but I've got no clue to be honest. Alrighty, there we go. Where did I... Oh, there they are. Almost forgot where I put that. Alright, got two boxes. We only need one more. and then we'll be set to hopefully finish that up. So yeah, that'll be cool. Oh yeah, another actual cool news. I'll be getting my associate's degree hopefully within the next 2 months or so because I have all the credits for it, and now that I'm transferring colleges, I kind of need them to give me that. So I gotta call him and ask him to make sure there's nothing else I need to do because I am going to be transferring universities permanently. So I need to ask them how that's going to work with my scholarship and all that other shit. So I thought it'd be cool. Except it won't be because I hate being on the phone. I'm fine with talking to people in person, but dude, I fucking cannot stand being on the phone. It don't matter who it's with for the most part. Like it's different in like a Discord call or whatever, but like having to speak to somebody on the phone, I don't know. It feels so damn awkward sometimes, you know. Just weirder, but it's not too big a deal. But yeah, I won't be streaming too much during the summer here, but hopefully as winter starts and we get into fall and all that, it should get a little bit better. Um, Not 100% sure on that though, but I'm hoping at the very least that I get to do that. 'Cause I would like to. I still actually do enjoy streaming. It's just been kind of weird because I've been kind of tired between having to deal with my mom and like just kind of worrying about some other things. But it ought to be a good day to just sit down for like another 4 hours or something and then just kind of play. Let me check something really quickly. Nope, that's all good. It's 11:02. That's pretty neat. Only been 40 minutes. But because I do want to stream more, I'm also gonna have to consider like streaming on certain days without like a microphone and whatnot, and like no music as well. And not really no music. There will be like and obviously like the in-game music and all that, but you might hear some like Minecraft tracks, but they don't actually come from in-game. They come from like a separate like playlist. So, but on days where I don't like have a microphone or can't really like use one, will probably be just doing like normal in-game stuff. Also be like typing in chat and responding and whatnot, but it's definitely a little bit harder. But at the same time, I don't really care. I just want to have it all on camera, at least to show that it's all legit. 'Cause I actually do take that like really seriously. I actually do like being able to flex that I did all this shit legit. But it's cool. I like it. Pretty nice. Let's see. We're almost done. We only need a couple more stacks. But then, we'll be good. It'll be pretty neat. We can start placing that in for like 18,000 hours or whatever. Why not? But it'll be good soon enough. I've been thinking about it too, and I'm probably gonna hold off on it. But I'm thinking about starting a new hardcore world for myself because like I'll have this one for streaming, and I have another one I can play on my own time. But at the same time, it would be kind of weird having two at the same time. But I don't want to play this one on my own time. Like I want it to be streamed, but I've been getting kind of harder to actually like stream it between like no internet and then having to do some other stuff. So it'll get better soon enough once we actually, because we're in the process of actually getting like a real house or better than like a trailer. So pretty much anything that isn't here. And if when that happens, we're going to be upgrading our internet too, hopefully with Xfinity or whatever the fuck. So Hopefully they're not a pain in the ass like they have been historically for us, but who knows? We'll find out. Can't be much worse than CenturyLink. They tried to charge us like $30,000 because we supposedly didn't return some of their equipment, so they charged us like interest on it. Like, nah, you can go to hell. But they didn't. They're still alive, unfortunately. Anyways, that seems to be all 3 boxes. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and take the rest of our garbage out of here, and the bed, and the ender chest, and we're good here. So yeah, we're just going to go fly back and place this in. Oh hey, the first attempt at the drone farm. I'm going to have to get rid of that at some point too. That thing just blocks the ocean and doesn't really do any. Not the ocean, it blocks the river, but it doesn't really like help, you know. It would. Actually, hang on. There is kind of another thing I could do with it, or not with it specifically, but the idea of it. So this bit of land that we're flying over isn't connected at all to any of our other land, like over here. And then we have this land over here, and then we have this artificial river, which I can like make a bridge to cross over into here. So this gets it so I could like at some point get to the trading hall by foot if I wanted to. And then what we could also do is build a land bridge, like all the way over, and then that would actually make it so I could like walk all the way over there by foot going around, and then we could have like another bridge later on. But that could be pretty neat as well for another like little side project. So all I need to shut the fuck up sometimes and figure out what I'm already doing because I can't keep doing it forever. But yeah, so I wanted to see something really cool. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. We have 40 villagers in here. So this takes up like 40 blocks if we have 40 villagers, and with the new design that we have, it'll get shrunk down by like half, so it'll be half the length, but like double the width, which is fine. Hell, not even double the width anymore, because if we're including the rails, it'll actually be even slimmer. So once we get all that shit done, it'll be like really nice, because it's a lot easier to expand. It's cheaper, and I don't have to use all those goddamn rails, so that'll be pretty nice. I also want some of this. And we can go ahead and head back, even though it's nighttime, but it should be fine. So I got totems, yep, cool, always have those. And plus, getting them out of here too means it'll be like significantly safer because I never lit up this village at all, so it's already like kind of naturally lit up, but it needs more if I wanted to keep doing stuff here. But that's fine, ain't gotta worry about it. I did miss this though. Yeah, that tree's still good. We still need that castle coming out of like the side. But once that castle's in, we can dismantle this little bit here, and then I think we'll officially be good with like the main structures of the island. There's like an actual like house I want to build up here at some point for myself, but that's like more for a day when I actually want to build my base. So don't worry about that for now. Just something I'm floating out there. Oh man, we got a toaster oven recently too. Which doesn't sound like a big deal, but considering we haven't had a working oven in like literal years, it's been very nice to have because I can actually start baking again in here instead of having to like have like an actual oven or whatever. Be nice. I can actually start cooking again. Glad I snagged that. But it's time again. We gotta put in all that dirt, as much of it off as we can, and then just kind of keep going for it. Might also take today too to shave the tips of all of these off. So like we wouldn't actually like mine any of them out, but we would just take all the tips of them off and then light up the outside like ring of it. Because once we do that, then it'll actually be like a lot safer. So we'll probably have to activate the mob switch here relatively soon. Not soon, but at some point I'd like to. Because I want all those things gone, and then I can start dismantling some more of the cobblestone today. place down the shulker boxes here soon. And once we get all the grass and dirt filled in, I'm gonna take some time to like pillar out some corners. And basically, what'll happen is we're gonna mark down what's the biggest like reasonable like square I can make, specifically square. I can make it into a rectangle later. Actually, no, we will probably make it a rectangle, but like the proportions of it have got to be like kind of specific because like I want to be careful with that. But yeah, we'll probably like measure out a rectangle that goes from like there to there and then straight down and matches up on the other side. But we need to write down the corners of all of them with like the targeted block and all that. And then once we do that, we can go into a creative world. I can go make that exact rectangle, and then we should be good. I'll have to write it down on like my phone because I can't exactly like write it down in this world and then bring it to another one. So, but that won't be too bad. I'll write down the exact like size of the rectangle too. Like if it's like a 30 by 20 or a 40 by 15 or whatever the fuck. But another thing as well, and I'll show it off in creative, but the actual width of like the machine is like 8 blocks, I want to say, and it might be 10, but I'm pretty sure it's 8. That might be 10, so that's why we'll have to double check that too. And the reason that's important is because I need it to at least be like double that length plus like an extra 10. So if the width of the machine is only 10 blocks for like the trading hall and all that, then I need the actual like Parthenon to be like 20 or like 30 blocks because it'll be 10 for like the one like thing that we build and then 10 for the other one that we're going to build on the other side of it. And then we want plenty of space like on the actual hallways and all that to actually get to our villagers so we're not like cramped in or nothing. Like it has to be done in a kind of specific and like actual like fucking like calculated way or whatever. But yeah, 30 wide actually should be pretty good. It'll have to be 30 wide after we've got the thing in, but hell, we could even do it even more, so hey, we'll get that figured out. But it'll be pretty easy. Or hopefully pretty easy. It's not too bad, it's just doing some simple measuring, but it'll be pretty cool. We're nearly done with the top part of it finally after all that time. Alright, we're out of dirt. We need to go get some more out of here really quickly. But then we have this massive like rectangle to fill in as well. Soon enough. Unfortunately. I thought it'd be fun. It's not too bad. Yeah, that's actually a good balance. Alright. Dope. Don't think it's too bad. I'll have to double check that at some other point, but seems like it should be good. We got a spider jockey down there. I think there was. It might have just despawned. Yeah, we are pretty far away from it after all. But while I'm designing the Parthenon as well, I'm also keeping in mind that pretty much how it's built in creative is how it's more or less going to be built in survival. I shouldn't really be making too many modifications to it unless it's like aesthetic stuff. But in terms of the actual like foundation of it, in terms of like making sure that everything is like the correct height and like the correct depth and all that shit, I had to be extra careful with it because I'm kind of building it to fit in like this world, especially because I have a height limit considering it's this high up in the air, so I have to be extra careful with it. And we'll probably build some extra buildings up here too or something. I can't really guarantee that, but I do want to do other stuff up here at some point because it would just be too cool not to. If we have a whole ass like Parthenon up here, I could probably figure out some shit with like artificial clouds or whatever. That would look pretty cool. And then you could actually have stuff on top of them, but who fucking knows? Another thing too, I want to try and maybe get like a so like in the dead center of the Parthenon, I want to try and get like a bubble elevator system that takes you like up and down from like the very top of this place all the way down to the just down to the ocean level and all that. So that way I could actually like walk in there at will and get whatever I needed and then come back up and whatever. That would be pretty nice. It'll be especially nice too if I need to bring stuff in with like a chest boat or something as well, or if I needed to bring stuff from like my base up to there, 'cause I could actually bring it through like that bubble vader. Actually, yeah, shit, we might have to look into doing that. I forgot because I was just gonna sink another portal up here for those villagers, which I'm actually still gonna probably do, but it'll be nice to have an actual way up by boat without having to worry about some other shit. But it'll be pretty good. And we're nearly done with this other like with this tip. So now all we'll have is like I almost jumped off a cliff there. All we're gonna have is like the inside of the ship here too. But we are actually nearing the end for once. Like it's genuine sight. It's good. I've been tired of working on this. There we go. And you can see we just got this massive hole to fill in. Not too dissimilar to your mother, Lamau got him, but on seriousness though, we're actually getting kind of close, so hopefully, so I'm tired of this. It'd be crazy if I let go of shift and just fell down there, but nah, that would be an awful idea. Nah, I'll pass on that one. Here, put the bed down. The other reason I need to light it up too is if I keep getting Enderman like stealing all my shit, because I don't want them to actually like keep coming in through here and like taking out some like shit off the ground or whatever. Like the whole Parthenon will be built out of stuff that they can't steal, but like the actual like grass here would kind of be like a bad thing for them to take. I also need to keep in mind too. I do want to actually build that massive like storage area under the Parthenon as well. So I need to make sure I leave quite a nice bit of, well, not leave, there's going to be plenty of room, but it's going to be kind of awkward to build it if I'm not careful. But it should be fine. But I want like a really fucking big storage system under it. Because I can't have it under my base, which is fine, but I don't want it. Although I probably should, realistically, considering, like, it's my base, so who knows? We'll figure that one out as it happens, but it don't matter too much. Try to do it again, so I gotta go get some more. I think it's only our first shulker box. Yeah, that's actually really good. So hopefully we overgathered, which would actually be very nice. So we can use that dirt for other things and stuff. Yeah, I mean, you can see how much shit has like enchanted armor down there, so I kinda don't want to mess with any of that. Even though I've got the gear for it, if I ever fell down there, then I'd take quite a bit from fall damage, and then I'd actually would be in like in death range from like AI creeper, so we don't want to do that at all. Now another thing as well, I want all of the zombies in place like first. Like I like literally before we move the villagers in, I want absolutely everything in place. So we're talking like we want all the zombies in, and we want all like 10 modules to be built, and all of them stacked on top of each other or whatever, like 5 stacked on each other and the other 5 stacked on each other. We want all that shit to be done. Like there should be nothing left to do other than just put in the villagers when we get to put the villagers in. Like it should all be like troubleshooted beforehand, and shouldn't have nothing to worry about. And actually, it probably won't even be 5 on top of each other. It'll probably be 4, because I know we have that sub layer and all that, but like, actually no, because we have that sub layer, I think I can get away with 4, but it's gonna be like ridiculously sketchy. So we're gonna have to see on that one. It'll be kind of weird. Shouldn't be impossible though, but we got that side filled in. Now we need to go over here and just really quickly go fill this side in, and then we'll have like a nice clean rectangle left to do. At least I got Swift Sneak, but damn, still takes a while. Probably would take a lot longer, but still. Good God, it's like 18 creepers in there. Holy shit. Quite a lot. Alright, we just got this smaller one to fill in. And then we can start on the actual big one, which might actually take up all my extra grass, but this is a pretty good start for what it's worth. There we go. What's it been, an hour? Yeah, it's finally an hour. Cool. No. And we haven't even got that many slow frames either. Nice. Looks like lowering the bitrate did help a lot, because last time I had like a 4500 bitrate, which is fine and all, but like I had good internet then, so I can't have it nearly close to that high. So luckily that's all that needed to change, but damn. Oh, here's where the other, like, last hard part starts. So we've got this massive, like, rectangle, I'm gonna have to guess. We gotta fill it in. Got a lot of shit to do here. We might actually be able to make something like really fucking big here. I mean, I'm talking like gigantic. Because this is like way more than like 30 blocks. This could be like 100 for God's sake. So we're gonna have to get to measure the corners a bit, but alright, I just want to see if I can get this finished up before I have to put the bed down. There we go. Bed corner. Here we go. I don't want nothing spawning up here, so that was kind of a dumb thing to do, but whatever. It'd be fine. Oh, and I actually finally got a fucking mouse pad for once. So, fun fact, anytime I've ever used my mouse, it was on wood. Now it's no longer on wood. That's pretty cool. I know that's kind of small, and it's like $3, but hey, first time I've had one in a very long time, and it's actually nice. I'm just trying to say something because I haven't exactly said anything in a little while, but I have too much left. That's a lie, we have a lot left, but you're getting closer is my main point. It's actually looking doable. Oh shoot, yeah, we're actually getting kind of close. Good. That shit's taken a while, but I really want it done today specifically because, again, I want to actually like map out how big it's going to be for like that endstone platform, and you know, then I can actually do that in creative as well in another world. And then I can actually start plotting out how big everything needs to be, so that'll be cool. Um, yeah, we still have a lot, but yeah, you know. Here we go. So we got that grass. Alright, it's our second shulker box of grass and dirt. So that's cool. We got one more beef to use, and now I'm starting to wonder if it actually is going to be enough or not. I'm hoping it should be. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be, but at the same time, we're kind of using a lot here on this big plant, so, you know. It might be, who knows. Alright, I can do it the last one here. Alright. Like it's turning nighttime again. It is day 1421. That's cool. This will take a long ass time, but we are making actual progress. So. Oh my god, we're not gonna have a fucking enough. That's cool. Well, I do want it all done today, so we're gonna have to head back out and get some more, but at least we got most of it. Alright, we're done with another fairly large section, but we still have this little bit and then that big bit, so we are getting closer, but damn. We're gonna go reload on dirt really quickly. But yeah, we won't have enough to finish this, unfortunately. So we'll have to go get a little bit more, but it should be less than a shulker box, which is always nice. Oh, it's been an hour and a half, and it's just been mining and placing dirt. But it's gonna pay off, and I want it to pay off. I'm sick of this shit too, but I need it done. But yeah, we've only got the larger rectangle here to fill in. So we're finally near the actual end of it, considering this is all we have left. Not to say we still don't have a lot, because we still have a lot, but you know, we are getting closer. Oh, last 4 stacks, and then we have to go get our shovel fixed up at the Guardian Farm, and then we have to go mine like another shulker box of dirt. I only go for 1 box, and I think that's all I'm gonna need. Alright, it should be the last one here. Alrighty. Alright, oh, time to go get another 3 boxes of dirt. Not 3, just 1. Although I do need to pick all 3 of these up, but we just need another box of dirt because we have to fill in this small bit and that slightly larger bit, but we're actually finally near the end of it all. Let's fly up really quickly just to see what it's all about. That is a lot more space than I thought I was going to have. Well, we're going to take a quick dive into the Guardian farm really quickly to fix up the shovel, and then we'll actually go get the dirt. I need to also empty this godforsaken thing out. I haven't even touched the whole damn thing. It's full beyond compare. Not too full, but full enough to be a problem. We're stuffed up. Wait for that next batch. Cool. Alright, we're out of here. Let's see how dark it is. I don't think I looked at any of them. There was 3 of them down there. There we go. I think when I start building that Parthenon like properly, you know, because it is going to be my trading hall, I'm just gonna like clickbait the fuck out of it in like the stream title because I think it'd be funny. But I also kind of want to know if clickbait like really does work. You know, I'd be like building the world's largest trading hall in hardcore Minecraft or whatever. Like boom, like done, instant $18,000 right in my pocket right now. But who knows? We'll give it a shot. I think it'd be funny, but I don't really care about doing it too much. But considering I actually want people to watch that one because it's actually cool. It's a cool build, but nah, it don't really matter too much at the end of the day. Especially if I end up dying, then the whole world's fucking gone, and then it's like, well, what do I fucking do now? But, oh well. I think it'd be funny to clickbait it though. I'm also getting extremely hungry, as in I gotta go eat a couple of food. Just a little bit of food, a couple of it even, you could say, but who knows. But now I gotta go get something to eat within the next couple of hours, and then, I don't know, might even be able to go up to McDonald's with my big boy car or some shit, who fucking knows. But I wanted to go to Waffle House this year, and they got one like 4 miles away from where I am, but like it's over a bridge, and it's a toll bridge specifically, so it's like, wow, fuck. It's not in my name. The car is legally not in my name yet, I think. But it is like literally gonna be in like 2 days, so. And plus, then the reason it's important is because it's my grandma's car. She's just like giving me as a gift, and like, you know, if I go through a toll bridge, it'll pay by plate, which means it'll like take a picture of your license plate, and then they'll charge your account through that, and then it would charge her and not me. So I don't want to do that. I gotta once it's all settled too. I gotta get this thing so it'll like, you know, pay the toll for me out of a prepaid account, and instead of it being like $5, it'll be $2. So. They charge like a $3 administration fee, even though the actual bridge toll is like $2. So that's totally not suspicious or weird or anything, you know. Nah, nah, nah. Oh, we've nearly got our shoulder lock, so I'll need a couple more stacks, and then we'll go ahead and head back and hopefully get the rest of it done. And then I'll go get some terracotta, and because I want to use black and white terracotta for like certain things, mainly just because like, you know, it's good for counting the actual like amount of blocks and all that. Can you alternate it, and it helps with actually like seeing what the fuck's going on. But you know, we need to go pick up some of that too, so that way I can try and show it. And then every 10 blocks, I'm gonna put like something that stands out, so probably like a gold block or something, or piece of red terracotta or concrete or whatever the hell. But I need something every like 10 blocks just to show that, like, you know, damn, we're kind of big here. On top of actually writing down coordinates. I'll probably take a couple of screenshots of it too, just for my own sake, but who knows, I'll get that figured out here soon enough. Oh, that's a whole box. Enough for me. We're out of here. Could have it. There we go. Yep. Just need to remember to come back and get rid of this at some point. And that's all we have left is that square, so hey, cool. And that little bit at the top, but it's so small, it's kind of negligible. Go back to normal. There we go. And then it's just that square finally. And then we'll be good. Damn, almost no slow frames again. Cool. I don't have to deal with that. Nice. Looks like the audio is still good too, so that's nice to see. But I'll have to work on balancing the a lot of that other like stuff, like the music. I'll have to figure that. Why? Why? What the fuck? You don't even sell nothing cool. Why are you here? You just fucking spawned. I had this issue constantly like super flat as well when I was, in that creative world. God. It would just like he would just like spawn as like I'm in the middle of like working on like that Parthenon, and it would just be like annoying. It just would kind of happen. Like I say, like spawning in big flat areas or whatever. But even if you would have sold Nautilus shells, that's why I always check it. If they sell Nautilus shells, it's a whole different thing. But like he didn't, so I didn't. Oh. I got a cat, so you might hear me talk ominously to something, and it is in fact my cat because he's very cool, and I like to pet him because he's cool. Come here. Come on, Georgie. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You knucklehead. Come on. Come on. Alright, fine. You can stay down. Fine. How dare you go? There you go. Stay down. Yep, he's in my lap. He's very cool. What? What are you doing? What? Oh, there he goes. Oh my god, it's actually finally almost done. Incredible. Alright, we literally just had this small little patch left and then we're good. So it's finally nearly done. Finally, dude. I've been so sick of this shit, but it's actually good. God, it's so fucking flat too. Like there's nothing. Like you can't see anything over the edge. If there weren't these torches, you can't even see the stone. Like that's how far away it is from anything. Jesus. I mean the beacon beams are there, which is cool, but damn, I can't tell anything else is happening, which is kind of cool. We'll eventually get some other stuff up here too, other than that Parthenon, but that'll be a great starting point. But I want this thing to go out like so far it like kind of overhangs each of the edges a good bit, so that way when it overhangs, I can actually like make something to connect it, but it'll also act as kind of like a tunnel. So I'm gonna have like a mountain over it as well, or like just kind of like enclosing it, and then it's gonna be like a long straight like large hallway that connects all the way up to the other side, so I could fly through it to get out of the mountain range in and out of it. It's pretty neat, I think. Alright, we did it. Only got this little like bit left, and then we're good. We did it! Woo! Yeah, let's go. Sick of this shit. We're out of here. Oh, it's all built, and we need to actually do a couple more things. So real quick, we're gonna take some iron somewhere. There we go. Alrighty, cool. We'll tuck the rest of this away. Alrighty. Now, I want it to be again like somewhat roughly in the center, so we're gonna have to figure this out. Let's thank you. I think here would be a good spot. Go there. Oh, and I need to see one other thing. It's at 2363, 4485. Alright, so 4485 on the Z coordinate is the one to remember. Yeah, that'll keep it even with what we have. And I want to try and line it up a good bit with the curve here that we have. Close enough. This one's at 2414. god. I have to actually start using the elytra to get around it. Okay, 23, 63, 44, 85. So we want to keep on 63. And then also go to 80. Okay, there we go. So this is the rough outline. Because again, we're going to be making an overhang as well, because we can adjust as needed. But we could even probably like rework some of this grass too. So we'll have to keep that in mind as well. We might have to use some of our extra leftover grass for this. But let's think here. So we need to write down our coordinates here. So 1, 23, 63, 45, 80. And you can get a rectangle with just 2 corners. So we're gonna go to the other appropriate corner over here, and then corner number 2. We got 24, 14, 44, 85. Massive. Just actually fucking huge. Holy shit, it's more than 100 blocks on the Z coordinate. Oh, dude. Oh, fuck. Okay, so let's put it this way. The model that I had could fit 64 villagers in it, and it was like 30 by 30. If this thing is more than 100, I'd have to... God, I'd have to safely say that it could easily fit like more than 100 in like each floor. Like, seriously. So we need to find the difference between our x coordinates and our z coordinates really quickly, which gets us, like our distance, and that kind of gets us like the dimensions of our fucking thing. So, 2414 minus 2363 is 51. We're actually gonna move that back a block, so we need to get it to 2364 for the z coordinate, or for the other x coordinate. So we need to move our thing already like inland a little bit more. So we're gonna go fix that. Daisy, what the hell are you doing? Come on. Alright, the dog's just kind of scratching the floor. I took her out not too long ago either, so I don't know what she's doing. I'll go check on her in a sec, but 2364, yeah. Now what were the other two? And then we need to move the other one like in a little bit more. So it's at 4480, so that way it's a nice clean 50 by 100 rectangle. I'm pretty sure this can stay the exact same. Yeah, probably can. And then we need to move the next corner to 4480. Which is actually farther out. Shoot. Fuck me. We're also gonna, open up the iron box again. I have to. Oh, we also want to go over to 64 as well to line up with that. And we want to get to 80. Yep. Okay, let's take it from the top here. So fly over to this pillar here. So corner number 1 is 2364, 4580. Corner number 2 is 2414, 4480. So now we have a nice clean like 50 by 100 rectangle that we get to work with here. So 2414 minus 2364 is still 50, and then 4580 minus 4480 is 100. All right, just double checking. Cool. So we got a nice 50 by 100 rectangle to work with. Not to mention the extra like 50 blocks in height or whatever as well. So we've got that going for us as well too. So yeah, this whole fucking rectangle that we have, and we'll have to have like side exits as well. But this whole rectangle is just going to be the Parthenon, the thing that we have laid out here. So that's pretty cool. I guess we can maybe like fill in the ends, but so we'll like connect the lines between them or whatever. But otherwise, don't worry about it too much. We're gonna need a lot of iron for this actually, because I want to also connect it the whole way through. And I got the iron to spare, so it's not like it really matters, but you know. I almost forgot what I was doing for a second there. Now remember, there's going to be an actual like mountain supporting this bit as well, so we don't have to worry about this one as much. That one we do have to make an overhang for, and then we do kind of have to do something similar over here too, but not like too bad. So this perimeter is like 300 blocks of iron as well, which is huge considering it's just a perimeter. But not to mention the actual area we're going to have to fill in at some point. That's going to be even bigger. And also another thing, I want to get rid of this little thing here really quickly. Same with the thing underneath it too. We're going to take some time to clean this up. I'm probably will go and reclaim the ones that fall into the ocean, but honestly, they're not that high of a priority, so who knows. Alright, we're nearly good here. Got 2 more. I've got like 3 other shulker boxes of iron blocks, so this seriously isn't too much of a loss for me if I lose all this. Alright, we're nearly good. Alright, made it back. I think we'll take a little bit of time here to go pick up some of the iron that's fallen into the ocean after we get this one done, but it won't take too long. Here we go. Alright, let's just try and go around these edges a little bit, see if we can't get anything. Which the answer is no, we can't. Okay. These ones are going to be too much of a pain in my ass to get. Not these ones, so these ones are good, but I guess I never lit that one up. Huh? You can actually see the tips from here, funny enough. Hit F3B so we can see hitboxes because we might spot a little bit extra. Like this, for example. There we go. So we've got our whole outline done. So what's going to happen is, because I've talked about it, there's going to be those pillars, and then a solid like line of like blocks on like the inside as well. And those like solid blocks are going to be where these iron blocks are, so that way we're actually left like a like a 50 by 100 or whatever, right? Actually, no, let's double check. We can do a little bit of counting. So we're at 2365, like on the inside here. And it should leave us with a 48 by 98, technically. 2365, 2413. Yeah, so that should leave us with 48. 65 minus 2413. So it'll be a 48 by like 98 like inside space is what we're actually working with, which is still massive. So remember, this whole thing's also going to be going up as high as it can, really. So that'll kind of add to it that much more. I guess really quickly, I don't want to do a lot else right now. I'm gonna pop into that creative world and go make that endstone stuff, and also kind of show like some of the other like thought processes I've had behind the scenes on like what to do, along with like showing off the trading hall module that I'm using. Again, it's kind of a mishmash of two separate things. So, but yeah, it's day 1425. This is the last time we're in this world for today. So let's just pop on over to the creative world and show what else I've been working on a little bit. Let's see. That's crazy. Thank you, Firefox. Very cool. But we're almost done. It don't matter. Yep. Alrighty. So, yep. We've got the module here that's showing how it works. So it's nothing really too bad. And this is just like a one wide thing. It can expand infinitely along like this axis here, as you can see over by there. Oh, that one's an earlier one, so you can kind of disregard that. But this guy literally just cured in front of me, so that's actually perfect. But we've got some barrier blocks in the way, just to kind of show it off. But yeah, it's nothing really too complicated. It looks kind of scary, but it's really not. A lot of it in the back is just glass. But here we have the actual like infrastructure part that I was like the reason why I built this the way I did, because I needed this infrastructure. So all it is just a simple little walkway, and then it would turn into like an actual alley, which would have all these fence gates on it. Because of this slab setup, they can actually like walk on here. So they'll automatically pathfind to wherever their own workstation is, and then they can do it down this one as well. That way we only need one zombie to control 2 lanes. And then we can stack it on top to, just do it again, basically. So all this is this is just a little mechanism that lowers the villager where the zombie will like want to kill it. So all it is just this lever activates the smoke block, which causes an uptick to this observer, change it down into here. This sticky piston gets like 1 ticked, so it'll like snag this down or push it back up, but it won't like stick with it. And then they'll make eyesight contact. So the reason this thing works is because they'll make like line of sight contact, and once they make like line of sight, the zombie will actually like pathfind towards the villager, and then we shove them back up. You'll notice these trap doors here on the sides. These are actually important because this is what keeps them separate along each other. So if we go to an actual different example here, you can see that this is what actually going to keep line of sight. So now they don't hurt each other even though they're right next to each other, because they have like an actual thing separating them. So the zombie sees the guy because they make like eyesight contact, and then he beats him to death, turns him into a zombie villager. Now you'll notice too that he's under the trapdoor, so what'll happen sometimes is you'll do it, and then here we can actually go into spectator here really quickly, but sometimes you'll open the thing up and then he gets stuck down here, which is why these are glass, because I had that issue before with a different prototype of it, where because it wasn't glass, it ended up like killing the guy. Also, that'll happen too if we're not careful, which is another issue. However, it's not usually too big of a deal, but it is something I do need to keep in mind, I guess, in the future. But yeah, eventually he'll walk back into place or get nudged the right way. Usually it don't really matter. And you can even in survival as well, you can use like their aggro to actually like get blurred to you. So like if we drop this guy down and then we switch over into survival mode. Oh, well, the zombie's aggroed to me now, but eventually he'll stop being aggroed. He'll finish beating this guy to death. And then we get his attention here by like opening this trap door, so now we can actually see him. He should be able to see me. So now he sees me. He's gonna want to try and get to me, but like that, see? So then we use his aggro to actually get me, and then he's back up. So it's a little bit weirder and creative because obviously they don't get aggroed on you like that, but it is the same kind of point. And of course here we've got some basic like black and white terracotta to show, how big it is. So, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 10 blocks per layer, so that's pretty neat. This is also showing the fact that this is ground level. So we actually have like 3 whole blocks under the ground, which is why I was saying that like, that's going to be useful because we can bury the first 3 underground, and then everything else after that gets stacked up normally. So it's more like a -3 to +47 is how tall it's going to be. But This whole thing is completely like self-contained and modular. So like this is the actual like roof of it, indicated by this diamond block. Where then after you've completed this whole thing, you just do it again, and then after you completed this whole thing, you just do it again. You know, so it is all completely modular, like vertically as well as horizontally. Like this stuff can extend as long as you need it to in any direction, and it's only like 8 blocks wide, I believe. Yeah, it's only 8 blocks wide. So you would need 8 blocks. Well, it's more like no, actually no, it is like eight because you know you can actually still walk here. But we'll say like 10, just so that way I get a little bit more like space on these sides as well. So we'll say 10, so that way I have like some extra space in the back. So it's 10 blocks wide, and then you need another 10 blocks wide. So it would be like 20 blocks on each side, and then you have like a big opening in the center or whatever. And then this is showing it working as like the actual like kind of fully completed proof of concept. So this was before I actually settled on the that like stackable design there, where I was just kind of reworking it. So this one's a little bit shittier, but there was an issue with some of the XP like not getting through correctly. So that's what this staircase is for, where basically it would come all the way down. You would like have it follow you, and then it would come out this side through this staircase. Of course, we can get any of these guys back up. There we go. And then you can walk around the other side, and then you've got easy access to, well, it despawned, but there was a zombie down there. Forgot to name it, but oh well. And this was the earlier like prototype of the actual like infrastructure stuff. So now that this is actually all completed, I'll probably make like a version of it over here. But you know, the first zombie is tucked under the ground and all that. This black terracotta represents their workstations. They've all got their individual cells. And then for getting up and down on each floor, considering we're gonna have a much wider like walkway, we'll probably just like use like a fucking bubble elevator or something, like an actual like flying machine elevator or whatever. But um, to actually get them in, we'll probably be using like a front entrance or whatever, and then we'll have some like temporary like stairs like leading up to like each hallway. So like they would actually get led into here instead of like landing on these hay bales. So that way, like once this whole row is completely sealed off, we seal it off. We make the staircase taller, and it ends up into here. And then and here we can even we'll see this work here in a moment. But let's go ahead and grab a villager spawn egg. And let's just go ahead and spawn him there. So now he wants to get to this fletching table. So now all we do is open it up at the top of that fence gate. And at some point, he's going to by himself just kind of walk to it. So I just have to give it a little bit of time. Unless I had another workstation in a spot that I forgot about. It seems like I might have. We're going to double check that. No, it seems fine. I used terracotta for him. Unless he's scared of this guy, but I don't think he should be. Either way. Oh, see, there he goes. So he's on the fence gates now. And at some point he'll walk down here. Who fucking knows when? All I know is that at some point he will, because I've seen him do it before. If not, I can always like push him along with something like water, or just actually like nudge him along. Oh, but see, he's doing it by himself. Look at him go. Boom. And all we do is seal this off. Now, this is the only other like jank part of it too, is well, to be quite honest, sometimes it just kind of gets sketchy with how this is open. So we do that. Then we can break into here really quickly, and then we go into here, and then we can actually like by hand push him in just a little bit more so he's not clipping into that trap door. And boom, he's a Fletcher. Simple as that. So it's a little jank getting him in, but once they're in, it's all set up just fine, and it can't go wrong. And then if we wanted to zombify him, we'd just drop him down. They'll have line of sight with that zombie who's actually name tagged, and then he'll get converted, and then we can go ahead and flick this back up. And then all you would get is our splash potion of weakness and our golden apple. And you can carry like up to like probably even 6 at a time, I'd like to say, but I'm not 100% certain on that, but I'm pretty sure. Here, we can even check that out really quickly. I'll try doing like 7 at a time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. So all you would have to do is go into the middle one. Oh, I didn't even look at the right one to do that. Shoot. It doesn't count because I didn't look at the right thing. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alrighty, so. Okay, that's also kind of fucked up that happened. Okay, really? It had to be a fucking baby? Where the fuck did he go? You fucking dick, stop running around. Seriously. Okay, sorry about that, but needed it done. Okay, that was adventure mode, not even creative. I don't even know how I got to fucking adventure mode, considering I haven't even used the damn thing, but sure, whatever. Kinda weird. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Alright, this should actually be the dead center, so 3 on that side, 3 on that side. So yeah, you can actually cure 7 at a time with 1 weakness potion, with just like aiming at the center one, which that's pretty good. Like that's actually like a pretty fat fucking weakness potion. And then this guy was already like curing, that's why we have that empty stall just to show that, it was a separate thing. But yeah, so basically it is like nice and modular, and then we're just gonna be using this design instead of this one because this one is like a little bit clunkier because I didn't know what I was doing yet with this or with how some of the alignment got fucked up with the zombies and all that. But it works very well for what it's worth. It's only like it's a note block, an observer, a repeater, and a sticky piston, and that's the whole like thing to like lower it down. And then you catch your zombie, obviously, but this stuff's like all really cheap to make with what I already have, so this isn't even like too bad to do. Hell, the biggest like sink will be the like trapdoors because you need 3 trapdoors per like module, and then the fence gate as well will be a big one. And then I'll need a lot of glass too. So I'll need like 1 bit of glass for each thing, and then I need to actually have like a solid glass wall. Um, so that should be fine. But and then as for this, we'll just have this be glass too, so it'll actually have to extend out the whole way. But it's pretty good for what it's worth. It's pretty cheap to build. I've made it pretty easy to see here. It's easy to tile and all that horizontally or vertically and horizontally, so it's pretty good. And then if we fit 2 of these on each thing, you can see kind of how massive it's going to end up getting. So considering we're working with a 48 by 98, and we're using the 98 here as well, considering we're doing it like a long ways like that, we need to leave like I'm gonna say 4 blocks on each end, just so that way we run it to a nice even 90, because that'll leave plenty of room for the infrastructure and also walking room as well. Um, so we'll be able to fit 90 villagers per like module, or like per like big module, and then we do the same thing on the other side. So we get 180 per floor, up to like what, like times 5 or whatever. If I really do push it up to 5, 4 is definitely safe. I might do 5, but considering it's like 180, like 180 times 4 is 720, and then times 5 is 900 for God's sake. So I don't think I'll need 720 fucking villagers. So we'll probably just do 4 of these. But yeah, it expands infinitely along the side and up top, and that's what I've been working on, along with some of the basics here. This was just kind of as a proof of concept thing with the pillars and all that. I couldn't make them as big as I wanted with this kind of scale, but now that we actually know the full scale, it should be a lot better. But yeah, so basically it's like white on the like part facing my actual base, and then like black on the side facing outside of my base, and then we use the gray of the stone bricks, and we'll be using other things as well. But we're going to be basically fading it from black to white using this gray. So we'll use things like andesite, polished andesite, maybe cobblestone and regular stone, and actual like stone bricks and their variants as well. Not to mention some variants of like concrete or like quartz variants or whatever. And then same with the deep slate variant. So you can see like a basic gradient here that I had laid out. Nothing too simple or nothing too spectacular. It's mainly for the inside wall here that I was referring to earlier, where it's just like a bunch of like quartz and then the gray stuff again, and then the black stuff again. That's what that gradient is for that. But it can also apply to this, and it's actually inverted, so just so that way it contrasts better. 'Cause I might have it too when we get the really big one. We'll have it so the pillars actually peek into the building a little bit too. That'll be kind of cool. And then, you know, that'll be nice. But yeah, it's a pretty simple thing. And then the roof is just like a simple slanted thing. I haven't even bothered to build it yet, but I want to see really quickly if I can actually get the I guess one of them cured or whatever. All right, let me see one other thing. So we're looking at negative 230, 23. So we want to go to uh, negative 280 for our 50, and then 123 for our other thing. Slash fill negative 230, 56. Oh wait, I don't do commas. 230, 56, 23 to negative 280, 56, 123, and then replace air, um, replace sandstone, or endstone. It was endstone, that's right. I'm not used to I'm not used to anything with this yet. I'm getting better at it, but all right. So it was the wrong way around. I always do that. Air. There we go. Endstone bricks. There we go. That's pretty neat. 230, 23. 280, 123. All right, cool. Perfect. So this is the exact 50 by 100 fucking rectangle that we're going to be making. Oh, fuck. That is a lot bigger than I thought. Oh, shit. Well, that'll be pretty cool. So there's our little kind of scale one, and this is actually how big the real one is going to be. So I will be working on this on my own time, but Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, man. That's actually seriously going to be like something incredible. Holy shit, yeah. We also are going to probably have to like knock the walls back a little bit. So it won't actually be like a 48 by 98 space. It'll probably be like, I don't fucking know, like a 40 by like 90 would probably be like reasonable to assume that we're gonna have, because the pillars are gonna be a lot bigger than those, and then the wall's gonna have to like go in to match them as well. But I will be working on this in my own time. But it's just something cool I wanted to show off. I actually do put like a nice bit of effort with messing with this, because I don't want to ever have to rebuild this once I put it in survival. You know, it needs to be big with room to expand. Which 720 cells. Considering I only have like what did I have, like 40 villagers at most. That should be more than plenty to house anything I could ever want. So I'm not too worried about it. It's just good to have those options in case I need them. And then we'd only have to catch like 8 zombies. Like that's how. Well, actually, no. It might be. God, it might actually have to be like double or even triple that because of how long this thing is. I don't think their range is gonna detect it from like 100 blocks away like that. So that will be an issue that we're gonna have to keep an eye out for. But I'll worry about that. So that's gonna have to do it for today. It's gonna be another couple of days until I stream again. So that's why it was kind of important that we got that dirt filled in, and I've kind of got this stuff planned out and like laid out, so I actually have something to work on in my own free time. Because I won't be streaming me working on this, but anything in survival, that's when I like would stream it. But I need to actually plan it out a bit better because I can't stream out as much. So but yeah, it's been fun. So it's gonna be really fucking big when it's done. It's gonna be genuinely cool, and I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you everybody for watching. Sorry it was a little bit slower again today. There's 2 hours. There's like 2.5 hours of me placing dirt and mining it, but we did get to show off kind of some of the rough ideas for the Parthenon. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm gonna get going because I